9, we covered post-production work process, and we just went over rotoscoping. Another way to handle this is with the Mocha, as we covered in class. So I'm going to select my layer, the original video, not the composition that was made from it. I'm just going to drag it onto the new composition button, and I'm going to call this one Mocha. Okay. When you're doing Mocha to take out from a scene, you want to have as sharp of a frame to start on as possible. So I'm going to hold down Option and hit the bracket key next to the letter P to pick a good spot. Let's see. For this tutorial. Okay. Here, this is what we're going to use. Right here, because you can see all the legs. That's good. So, I'm going to start there. And go to about there. I'm going to actually start on this frame at the end. So I'm moving my playhead. I hit Option and the bracket that's 2 away from the letter P. To move your clip, once you've trimmed it to where the playhead is, just hit the bracket key next to the letter P. Not Option and the bracket. Just that bracket, and you'll move your clip. Let's save my work. Remember, save frequently. Now, if I want to use Mocha to trim this out, I'm going to go to the frame that I wanted right here. That's pretty good. I'm going to go Animation, Track in Mocha, and then Mocha will launch. Register later. Now when the settings pop up, always make sure it matches your clip. The clip was shot at 29 frames per second. The settings should be pretty close to what it was shot at. It very rarely doesn't screw up your settings, but it's always a good practice to check before that happens. And this is running slow because I'm recording the screen at the same time. Here we go. Here's my settings. This is the movie where it's going to save. That's fine. I'm going to click OK. Alright. I'm going to go to the frame I want to start on. We'll start here just because it's fairly sharp. I'm going to use the X-Spline tool. Now, unlike the roto brush, you have to be as close as possible when you're working with this. And you want to do it section by section. So I'm going to do the neck first. So you click and place your points. Like such. And you want to break it down to as many small parts as possible. When you get to the last part, hold down Option and click to close your shape. I double click over here and I name this neck. Okay. Now I'm going to grab my X-Spline tool and I'm going to get the torso. And you just do this for every part of the subject you are masking out. And I hold down Option to close it. I'll call this torso. This isn't perfect. I'm just doing this quickly. Now, to change the shape, you can grab the handle. Oops. Let me go back to where I was. That's where I started. Okay. I was here. All right. I was using the mouse wheel to go frame by frame. So now I'm going to do each leg individually. Hold down Option to close it. I'll call that leg 1. Get my X-Spline tool again. I'll grab the tail. Hold down Option to finish it. I'll get this leg. Hold down Option. I'm just moving these dots to get the part that I missed. Such. Call this leg 2. And I'll get the other 2 legs last. Hold down Option to close it. I'm not going to name that leg, just in the interest of time. And there we go. I hold down Option to close my shape. Now, where's that? I'm going to hit Stabilize to get a smoother track when I start going. So I'm going to track backwards first. So right here in track, I'm going to hit the track backwards. I'm going to watch what the effect does. This is the number of frames. And it'll track backwards and mask it. The letter A highlighted here lets you fix your mask as it tracks. Like right here, the tail's off. So I'm going to fix that a little bit by moving these. Like such. And I'm going to track forward. It's off there. So I'm going to fix that. You just go frame by frame, but you're going faster than if you were, excuse me, doing roto brushing. You just have to have the patience to sit through the tracking. So I'm going to let this track a little bit longer, just a few frames. You see how it's changing over time. And let's pretend I ran through the whole thing. I'm happy with it. So I'm going to hit stop. Okay. Let me fix this real fast, because that got really off there. You could also grab your handles to change the curve as well. Such. And as I said before, post-production is very time consuming. We've got everything we want, so I'm going to export the shape data. I'm going to make sure all my layers are selected. Let me go back to, there we go, that's where I selected it. So I'm just going to select all of them. They're all selected. Export shape data. All layers. Mocha for AE, copy to clipboard. So I click that. Then I immediately go back to After Effects. On this file, I have it selected. I'm going to go Edit, Paste Mocha Mask. If I do paste, all my masks will open up in the Effect control. I don't want that. If I paste the mask, it'll make everything its own mask layer in the original footage, which I can then manipulate and keyframe as I want with the let's go to where we are, right here. Okay, that's fine. That's about where it was. Like such. So now, as I did before, if I go Layer, New Solid, hot pink. I've got this rotoed over top of it, or I could use this as an alpha mask, as I'd done before. Wait, that wasn't working. Let's undo that. That didn't work because, remember, mattes have to go on top. You put a mask over your face, see? Like such. Easy as that. So that's just a real quick look at using Mocha to mask out. It uses less keyframes, it's faster, but you got to be more precise than when you're using the Roto Brush tool.